そしたらセバスチャンに会うために移動します。結構終盤だと思うんだよな。それぞれのストーリーのギューン。おいていて。一回燃やさないといけないんだよなこいつ。痛かった。
I thought my arrow might pique your interest.
よし、話します。
I came as soon as I could. I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominis and the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
芝子。
We need to see what they're doing. I say we take them head on. Let's bury some enemies.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
鉱山の闇の中。
Revelio.
敵がもういるのかな。
There they are up ahead.
この先
I'll let
に
you
い
lead.
る。
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Revelio.
越えらんないんだよな。
The wizards will be defeated.
How nice of you to say.
バレた。あ、メスがいた。いて。バチッ。 レベルが高いんだよな。そして
All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work.
Revelio.
何もない。
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
僕たちいいコンビだ。
Once again, we can fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose?
I've never seen a sword like it.
何？
The
バカしな。爆弾マジ強い。まだいる？まだいるな。あ、中にいるのか。なんか攻撃当たんないんだけど。
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
あ、こっちか。オーバールック鉱山。いるね。
For better or for worse, we're in.
固まってると助かる。
This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accident. Now I see why.
あっちが怪しいね。ルーンの印。
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
なんで？バカしな。
Surely you can see that.
見てー。
Rather unwise coming back this way.
How many random boys are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
こっから落ちたんだっけ？いや違うよね。滑り落ちてきたんだよね。
Revelio.
Your guardian Leviosa ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
とりあえず
Accio, your guardian Leviosa.
なんだ？
Accio, your guardian Leviosa.
こっちが正規か。
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs. Endearing qualities, really.
おお、びっくりした。いけないか。
Accio, your guardian Leviosa.
これ確か燃やせるんだよね。
Confringo.
7発か。
Revelio.
63位。ああ、
Smash it.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
広いな。
Revelio.
とりあえずもう雲にビビらなくなってきたよね。
That bridge in better days.
Reparo.
ブンブンブンブンブンブン。よいしょ。ギャー。まずはインペリあいつだけ。ちょっと後ろにかんといて。あ、いたいた。
We've rid the world of another stranger. I shall sleep next.
これ燃やせるわけじゃないのか。
Revelio.
あるね。エルド略。あ、これも取れない。二つ道がある。ああ、そういうことか。これ裏技があって、ルーモスで本来はツタを避けるんだけど、これでもいけるはずなんだけど引っかかっちゃったね。あ、これはダメかも。これはダメだ。これはダメだ。これはダメだ。こっちは宝箱。燃やせるわけではない。さあどきなさーい。あ、火つけりゃいいのか。はい。で宝箱あり。でかいぞ。未確認。よし。おお、雲。のそのそ出てくるな。弱っ。これさ、そうバレないのか。
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
そういえばそうだ。
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
なんで
Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take somebody there.
バチコーン。いて。 投げまくる。投げまくる。投げまくる。まだ終わってない。マンドレイクがああだこうだ言ってたよな。いてー。うわ。あ、まだいい。いて。いて。いて。
Certainly cleared the room.
Not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
For a Ravenclaw, you
ちょっと鈍ってる
certainly
な。
have a lot to learn.
なんだこれ。完全に鈍ってます。あれ石。登れる用のあれがアリーノ。燃やして出てきた。
We can have a look around.
Revelio.
Peace. A rune symbol. What's the cabin door?
Ranrock's loyalists never knew to look for it. Revelio.
あー、なるほど。
Wingardium Leviosa.
2個同時につけないといけないのか。
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more runes.
3つあんのか。ああ、3つあるのか。なるほど。
Wasn't expecting that.
Revelio.
本と宝箱。
Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
なんかおかしい気がするだって。世界が水っぽいもやのように揺らめきながら戻ってきた。どれだけ意識を失っていたのだろう。彼の目しか記憶に残っていない。空っぽな目だった。確かに悲しみを映してなかったが、それだけではなくて、痛みが消えるのを目にしながら高揚感を感じたのは覚えている。でも次の瞬間、何もかもぐるぐるし始めた。落ちた時に頭を打ったのかもしれない。それらしい傷が見えたり感じたりはしないが、ズキズキ痛む。黒死病でないことを願うばかりだ。はあ、彼はもう苦しんでいないのか。せめてもの救いだ。
What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
セバスチャンの様子を見る。
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft.
ここね。
Let's have a look around.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit.
早いな、行くのが。
Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
わかるらしい
And the。bad news?
We're in for more trouble.
何？
I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marrenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
教えるか？教えるか。セバスチャンいい子だもん。
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know, goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
よく
I
ない。
do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the
ああ、
mine
言
you
わない
just
方がよかっ
went
たね
through?。
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
信じられない。怒られちゃった。ん？クエストが出てるって言ってたんだけど。
I hope
来
Professor...
た来た来た。
I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last. Come by
Oh.
Spin Witches as soon as
ほ
you
うきのア
can.
ップグレードやっと来るか。どこまでも上。校長の言葉。ちょっとね、一回ほうきのアップグレードしたいんですよ。いいっすか？うわー、めっちゃ増えてる、また。ああ、呼び寄せね。呼び寄せは楽勝でしょう。ベルで終われば。すべてよし。ハグズもいい？どこまでも上。
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Hello again. Wonderful to see you. As before, I've arranged a special
あ、もうアッ
price
プ
on the
デート
broom
できんだ。
upgrade for you.
ほうきの加速力。すべてをさらに大きく高める。4000円高いけどいただきます。
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to... You're all set with the new upgrade. I can't wait to hear what you think. This may sound presumptuous, but
You'd like me to report back with even more flight details.
you know me well. I feel I'm almost there. I just think I can improve broom flight a bit more. Miss Ray's is running a time trial at the South Coast course. Not ideal, really, what with rumours of Ranrock's lot and Ashwinders infiltrating the place. However, if you're flying high above them, you should be all right, I think.
I'm not worried, Mr. Weeks. I'll see if I can find Imelda.
I hope you are able to complete these trials. I have a feeling this final upgrade is going to be a sweeping
これ最終アップグ
success.
レードなんだ。
Do be careful, of course. I shall look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to our next meeting.
っと だよね。あと1段階あるよね。うん。あ、こっちまだ行けないんだよね。なんかいろいろね、時間があった時に見てみたんだけどね、こっから先ね、多分クエストが関係してて行けそうだったんだけど、あえて行かないみたいな感じにしてて、だからちょっとやめとくか。そしたらこれにして、で一旦呼び寄せだけやるか。最後も勝つで。ほい。
Hello. Are you here for someone as court?
That I am. Don't expect to be as lucky here as you were in Crossed
ほう、
Wands.
戦ったことあるのか。
Care to lose? I mean, play a match?
負けてもらう。
Of course, Charlotte.
Then may the best summoner win. Accio! Precisely as planned.
あれ落とすしかねえよな。どう落とせばいい？落とせなかった。
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio!
やばい。おお、うまいな。落とさないとダメだな、あれ。くそ、落とせ。
Nice technique.
ああ、なるほどね。勝つようになってんな。
Precisely as planned.
これさ、こっちからじゃないとまずい気がする。巻き込まれて終わりそう。おうねえ、何それ。
Finesse. Didn't
あれ
I say
跳ね
I
るんだ。
adore competition?
落とさないとダメだな、最低1個。
Hard luck. Care for another round?
Absolutely. Don't count me out yet.
That's the spirit.
勝つ。あれ、場所変えてきた気がする。おおおおおお。
Precisely as planned.
完璧だぜ。
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that. Accio!
なんか優しくなってない敵。妥協されてんだけど。これでもさ、ここに波打ってるものがある時点でさ、こっちからじゃないとダメだよね。はい、完璧。
Nice technique.
Accio! 思いっきり引っ張ってみる。 まあまあいいでしょう。勝ちです。
Wow, you are good.
よし。
I'm not too proud to admit when I've lost. Where did you learn to play like that?
直感で戦
I
って
play by intuition, natural skill and all that.
That's been my strategy. I suppose it
Mada.
only gets you so far, though. Well, you've only one
Oh,
opponent left now. I won't say more than that, but let's just say he's the best for a reason.
よし。地図の間どうやって行くんだっけ？ん？おお。速くなった感じしないんだけど。地図の間ってどうやって行くんだっけ？中から行ってた気がするんだけど。あれ？地図の間ってどうやって行くんだっけ？忘れちゃったよ。歩いていくか。開けられる。これか。
Revelio.
関係ないか。合ってんのかな、道。 ん？上飛んでった。あれ、どこ行った？そっちか。違うな。どこ飛んでった？わからねえ。わかりづらいんだよなあれ。どこに飛んでったんだろう。相変わらずこれなんだ。なんだっけ、そういえば。謎を解くでああだこうだ言ってたよね。関係ない。
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Oh, now
I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
まあ一旦ね。
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
急にいろいろクエスト増えた。だよね、外に繋がってるだけだよね。黄色いのに従う？謎。地図のまま行き方がわからん。地図のままってどうやって行くんだっけ？ちょっと待って。忘れちゃったよ。一つずつ見てくか。てかそもそも地図の間ってさ、ウェイポイントなかった？目の前に。こんなとこじゃないよね。ない。わかんない。どうやって行けばいいんだこれ。いやー、ちょっと待って。地図の間絶対あったんだよ、ウェイポイントで。完全にさ、バグってるよね。 母親に使わずに個性。もう一回リセットしてみるか。出てこないんだよな。マジどこ？スリザリンの寮とかだった気がするんだよな、確か。スリザリンの寮ってどこだっけ？あれだと外に繋がっちゃうんだよ。
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
とりあえずフィグ先生のとこ行くっていう。あ、いるし。フィグさん。
A demiguise.
これ夜じゃないと取れないんだよね。
I'd seen Bakar's tower countless times. Never suspected it held the secrets it did.
Duncan owes his reputation to you.
これまた外に繋がってんでしょ、どうせ。いや、外じゃないんだよな。どうやって行くんだっけ、マジで。金書の棚の下？いや、違う。デパルソ、違う。違う。違う。違う気がする。違うよね。デパルソじゃない。デパルソじゃない。ここだっけ？覚えてねえや。
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Showing off as a muggle should never have trouble.
いや、禁書の棚じゃねえな。禁書の棚って図書室だもんね。 ん？ちょっと待って、めっちゃ沼ってるな。これだっけ？全然違う気がする。わからん。めっちゃ沼ってる。
Off on another adventure, are we?
てかなんでさ、ちゃんと案内してくれないのっていうところがあるんだけど。もっと下じゃなかった？あ、ここスリザリンとこだね。確かこっちの方だよ。違う。ここトイレ。
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Watch out! It's the troll slayer of Hogsmeade.
こっちだった気がすんだけどな。これだってトイレでしょ。
Revelio.
で、ここでもない。
Alohomora. Confront. Revelio.
なんかちょっとバグってない？明らかに。そんなことないかな。こんなとこだったっけ？どこにいるの今？てかなんで案内してくれないの？クエストをマップしてるかってこと？あ、着いた。あれ、ここだっけ？これ謎解きのところだよね。 こんなとこじゃなかった気がすんだよな。いや絶対こんなとこじゃなかった気がする。
I'm trapped. How am I supposed to get out of here? Leviosa.
なんでやねん。あ、バグっちった。いやこんなとこじゃなかった気がするんだよな。
That did the trick.
あーぶねー。いけんのか。おいけるだろう。しんどこ。こう来たんだよ。よし、そしたらこっちだよね。うんあ、落ちんのか。てかもう開いてるもんね。全然違えわ。調べるか。行き方がわかんない。
It seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
秘密の部屋からファストトラベル可能。ホグワーツの地図から秘密の部屋。ホグワーツ秘密の部屋。秘密の部屋あんじゃん。あった。すいません、だいぶ待たせちゃいました。
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
終わっちゃった。ああ、なんか喋ってたな。
Master's office.
フィグ先生ならやり方を知ってるかもしれない。
Professor Fig will know what to do.
ん？出てこないね。出たら出るのかな。あ、出てきた。フィグ先生に会う。おう。よっこらしょと。
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Cool.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Oh.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
ほう。あ、飛べないんだ。
Do you have a moment, Professor?
Oh.
Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
Really? Why can't we talk about potions here? Seems fine to me.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better! When I witness what passes for magic in these halls,
What could the headmaster want?
Gareth! Mr. Weasley! What are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor! Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago. Muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
スクロープのちょっと待って、これさ、クエスト合ってる？合ってるわ。
Well, there's one for my diary.
フィグ先生ちょいちょいいるんだよ。
purebloods. The future is yours.
Headmaster? Here, what could he want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Something is very wrong.
Professor, この人何をしてるの？
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
全然信用されてないじゃん。
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
Well, they're as good as invisible to me, sir. Rotten little extortionist holding my diamond hostage.
What was that, Broom?
Nothing, sir.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you
なんか変な
here,
音聞こえ
I
る。
wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh.
ああああ。
Very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job Scrope is doing.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course,
校長めっちゃスリザリー。
in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Toujours pur.
Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
Ahem. Attention, students. I hereby decree that the Great Hall be forthwith decorated in the elegant banners of Ravenclaw. I shall be taking no questions at this time. Or ever.
Oh.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
校長室に行く。長いね。校長室に行く。
Revelio.
そうだよね。ここら辺なんか行った記憶ないもん、今まで。上か。
Revelio.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure.
Oh.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
Revelio.
Kumi wake boshi. Oh.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
取れない。
Revelio.
これはまだ取れ、こっちが先ってこと？領収書、育毛剤、はげてるのか。
That must be the pedestal.
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
避けろだって。遠目にはなれるのね。レベリオも使えない。扉も開かない。宝箱。
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
どうなっちゃってるの？
This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. I need to time this just right.
こういうこと？いるね。
I see. A staircase straight ahead. Death.
これ何かの物語の中に入り込んでるってことなのかな。どうしてこんなことに。大丈夫か。どうせ出てくんだろ。
Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
あ。ワンちゃんもいるね。死の鍵。
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
どうすりゃいいんだこれ。こっちってこと？
That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
Ah, 甘いね。走れない。いるけど正面に。
Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way.
お、バグってるバグってるバグってる。中に入りゃいいんだね。
That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose.
いるね。これ扉開くの？2枚いる。
Now's my chance.
ガバガバや。お、
That's the way forward.
俺の仮面がマント、謎のマント。
It's me. I think I'm invisible.
透明マントか。え？これはもう行ってもバレないってこと？
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them.
そういうことか。おられるけど。
This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
Oh, 世界が。
You have had one death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide.
すごいな、描写なんか。
Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
謎の杖。これ死の秘宝と一緒だけどね、今んとこ。マントと杖と、あと石だっけな。ああ、ここから倒す系だな、多分。ん？技がこれしかない。気づいたけど。お、音が違う。強いんだ。やれってか。レベリオも使えるんだ。戦いってか。いけ。強。 火力が違う気がする。魔法の威力がめっちゃ高い。
Revelio.
薬か。アイテムは基本落ちてなさそうだ。さあ出てこいや。おお、ボスか。いやちゃうんかい。てか魔法使い放題じゃない？いてー。いてー。ふん。なんで？前か。使っちゃう。2回やる。まだいんの？出すぎ出すぎ。いてー。いてー。なんだこいつ。何？ 何こいつがボス？まだいっちゃう。ちょっと雑魚的先だな。やばい、ミスった。死ぬか。いてー。これトロール倒さないと無限湧きなのかな。まだ出てくんの？よし。消えた。楽しい。で、2つ目の物語がこれで終わるか？ユニコーン。やっぱ死の秘宝だね。
Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
どういうこと？
I can't believe she's dead.
Oh, poor Neve. Gone so young.
Neve.
Let us always honor her memory.
Snow.
We won't be the same without her.
あんな人は他にいない。あ。あれー。
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
追体験する。
But there's no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
何でも明るくしてもしょうがないよと。
Remember that as you witness my memory.
私の記憶を見るな、記録を見るの覚えといて。光もあれば暗闇もある。さあ見せてもらおうか。
イシドーラ、お父様のために立派なことをしたわね。
そうでしょ。パーシバルは考えすぎよ。感情のことも魔法の痕跡のことも心配ない。封じ込める方法が見つかったから。
やめてないのね。
ゴブリンの銀よ。
これをゴブリンに教えたの？
大丈夫よ。使い道まではわからない。
どんな悪影響があるかわからない。感情に闇の痕跡。
パーシバルみたいね。あいにく確信してるの。あれは力の源、集中点よ。仕組みはわからないけど魔法の力を高めてくれる。
理解できないわ。
役に立つと思うわ。
そういう力をもてあそんではダメ。誰かに。
父さんは楽になったわ。ニーフ、いい点を考えてみて。誰もが苦しみを抱えているのよ。
何してるの？
吸い込んで感じるでしょ。
イシドーラ、やめなさい。何もかも
闇落ちしてるやん。
ずっと隠していたのはこの力が怖いからでしょ。私はこれを受け入れる。
あれ、場所が違う。地図の前に戻る。新しく来た守護者と話す。なんかもう一枚あるんだけど、まだあんの試練。
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
バカ。
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
何も出てこないね。ここら辺やってみる？次テストの準備になってるね。禁じられた森。あ、セバスチャン。最後のキャンパスのかけらを探しに行こう。ウィーズリー。クエスト増えたね。セバスチャンからフクロウが届いた。どうやら彼は意見を変えたようで、3枚絵の最後の部分を見つけ出したいという。その場所についての手がかりを見つけ出しく、南東の海岸で待ち合わせたい。何条件ボンバーだってね。あれウィーズリー先生からメール来てたよね。ウィーズリー、これか。ディークが不死鳥の体験をあんたに話せたって言ってたよ。不死鳥の体験。耳寄りの情報がある。秘密の部屋行ってみるか。ここに来て授業。ポピーに会う。
Deke has some exciting news to share.
ダイヤモンドの優雅なコーディネート。うわ、薬いらねえ。面白い話がある。
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you had an idea.
Indeed, Deke does. Deke knows that you want to learn about all sorts of beasts. And Deke recently heard rumors of a phoenix nest in a nearby mountain.
A phoenix nest? I wonder if it belongs to the phoenix Natty mentioned. The one Harlow and the poacher pack are after.
Deke would not doubt it. If Deke has heard of it, surely the nasty poachers have as well. Which means it could be in danger.
Sounds a bit dangerous. I'd rather not risk running into poachers again.
Deke believes it is worth the risk. So majestic a beast should not fall into such vile hands. Deke is not sure why, but Deke feels that saving a phoenix might help to make amends for what happened with Deke's prior master. Deke hopes that you are able to find the phoenix and bring it to the room where it will be safe.
そうだな。で、これか、不死鳥の飛翔。南東、また南東か。こっちも南東だよね。場所が近いからこれ最初にやるとして、ただ先にこっちやるか。禁じられた森でポピーとある。ポピー。他はサブ出てないよね。うん、出てない。これはナティね。ナティ。
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
大丈夫、私はね、彼がいるから。私のこと。
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
なるほど。分かってくれるよ。
Once we tell them about the snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I hope they can tell we're sincere, but Poppy, centaurs are just centaurs. They can't read your mind any better than I could.
Perhaps you're right. It's just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. I've...
何フラグ立てないでフラグを。
Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why Victor Rookwood's after me. He's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock's after something I found at Gringotts. Vic had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig's asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps explain a bit about what we saw back at Horntail Hall. Of course, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. Even the centaurs won't know.
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the snidgets, and I'm sure it'll all be fun.
来たね。そんな囲まれるぐらい。
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care.
From what I can see, They have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
めっちゃ怒ってる。
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
分かってくれたじゃん。
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
He could have been a bit clearer, or stayed a moment and answered our questions.
Centaurs can be cryptic. Gran says no one talks more in circles than a centaur. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran?
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
終わり? Always
going.
終わりらしい。これはこれはこうだ。あれ？違う？合ってるよね。し、流座。よし。終わっちゃったね、簡単に。そしたら脅迫の根拠。ホグワーツ。あ、ホグワーツじゃないんだ。
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue power.
Revelio. This place has seen better days.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Reb. All right.
長くなりそうだ
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
聞き込みってと
Hopefully
こ
by
ろ
the
か
time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
ああ、ホグズミートで話すんだ。
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
さらに上。いたぜ。
What have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco. But he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he
逃げられないんでしょう。
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy.
なるほどね。
He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
レイブ様、私たちの金融支援を考え直して差し上げましたが、そろそろ辛抱できなくなりました。私たちが協力する価値に気づいていただけたら、そちらの旦那様は感謝すると思います。今週の末までに回答いただけますか。ここだけの話にした方がいいですよ。意味はお分かりですね。
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
朝になってる。
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill.
Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
どういうこと?
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. The costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
ハーローただのやばいやつやん。
Now to find Natty.
Let's go.
Come on, Highwing. Highwing, go! It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Faster, Highwing!
これより先行けないよね。降りれないよ。降りれないよ。どうやって降りるんだっけ。
Lumos.
飛び込むぜ。上がれねえぜ。いけないぜ。
Natty must be around here somewhere.
ナーティー。なんだ。ナーティー。お。
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
ナティがハローにさらわれたってことかな、これは。
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
何こいつら。
Revelio.
外だな。
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
アッシュワンダーワイダーの隠れ。
The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! Hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
他になんだけど面白い。刺繍を見つけるのと恋文を探す。
Revelio.
しょうがない、探してやるか。基本はバレない方がいい。
Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
I used to be stationed near Irondale with Selwyn.
はい、おっと、なんで